Hello, everyone. This is Tim here with Tech Muscle. Today, I would like to do a review of Unchained SARMS LGD-4033. Okay, this is their oral version. Before I go any further, I'd like to say that SARMs are not for human consumption, and that I'm not a doctor or anything like that, and I'm not advising you to take SARMs at all. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you don't take SARMs. They're not approved for human consumption. Okay, they haven't passed all the clinical trials, so they're not FDA approved. Uh, SARMs did make it to I believe, phase 3 of clinical trials. It is close. I'm sorry, not SARMs, but LGD came very close to being approved by the FDA, and I do believe that the original manufacturer is still working on getting it approved. So there's my disclaimer. In case some of you don't know, there are SARMs and other substances that get caught in what's called a research product. They're legal to buy, they're legal to sell, they are not legal to consume. Okay, so that's why I said my disclaimer. Okay, um, but if you want to use them for research purposes only on your lab rat or whatever to help the company progress into the LGD 4033 becoming FDA approved, so then it can be prescribed or allowed for human consumption, feel free. Okay, so without further ado, this is my review and my experience with LGD 4033. Okay, this was actually the second SARM that I had ever taken in my life. The first one was a stack, which consisted of Austrian, Stenabolic, and gosh, what was it? And S4, Andrin S4. And the drawback to that was I really couldn't tell which SARM was doing which. I noticed a huge increase in my strength and pumps. So I did that little cycle, a mini cycle of it, and I was like, okay, these are neat. And I did a little more research, and I said, I really want to pack on some size. So I researched and I found LGD 4033, and it is good for packing on size. Um, and Unchained SARMs is by far one of the best quality ones I have tried. Okay, and it's a good price. I'm gonna put a link in the comments. There will be a link in the comments. I'll pin it to the top of the comments so that you guys can go there. You can order it. Use my discount code TM15. Okay, TM Tech Muscle. My discount code. It'll get you 15% off, and they have really good prices already. So, without further ado, I will go into my personal experience. Okay, I started taking it, and immediately within probably 2 or 3 days, I noticed the same effects, or not same, but similar effects to these SARMs that I had been taking prior. A little bit of strength increase, not quite so much off the rip. I think it was a stenabolic in the other one. It hit me within like the second workout, and the strength just went through the roof. But I noticed a little bit of strength increase. But what I really noticed the most was the pump. Oh my gosh! I mean, my arms would just be like, it would feel like the skin was just stretching on my arms, and I would get such a massive pump. It felt so good. And I'm going to give you some fair warning. Stay hydrated right at first, because if you don't, your pumps will become painful. Like, you will literally feel every fiber in your shoulders. Or like, I couldn't believe what kind of a pump. I didn't realize. I mean, I knew, but I felt it. How much you use your shoulders in a bench press, because the pump, it just hurt. It was like I could feel every strain. I pushed through it. I kept with the pain, and then I found start drinking half a gallon to a gallon of water a day, and that eliminates that. Okay, you'll still get the nice pumps, and they won't be so painful. Okay, at least that's how it was for me. Okay, so as I started off with my dosage. I started off with 15 milligrams. Okay, and like I said, it was affecting me. I felt it within the first week, and then by the second week, I stepped it up to 20 milligrams. and it made a big difference. And I really started to see a difference in my strength, a little bit more increased pumps, and just an overall feeling of well-being at the gym. I didn't have any types of feeling differently throughout the day necessarily, unless I didn't drink enough water. I got a little bit of headache, but I get that when I'm working out pretty hard, anyways. You want to stay well hydrated, or you can get headaches. So I can't say whether that was from the LGD or not, but again, as long as I stayed well hydrated, no problems, no headaches. So I had no insomnia. I had virtually zero side effects. A lot of people will start off with say something like Ostrine. To be honest with you, this is a very good beginner SARM because it has almost zero side effects, and it's made almost through the clinical trials. It's almost FDA approved. Okay, there are human trials where this has been, I believe, up to 20 milligrams, which what I was doing, it is shown to be safe in the clinical trials. Okay, again, just to reiterate, I'm not saying you take it or that it's okay for a human being to take, because it's not. So, uh, without with that being said, um, I myself, like I said, I'm not saying to do it, but I myself did the 20 grams, started to get the better strength, better pumps, everything was going better. I just felt amazing in the gym. Like, it started to be an hour workout, started to seem like 30 minutes. I was like, "Ah, I feel like I'm just getting warmed up here. My energy, my stamina, everything was just like, and I'll disclaim this too. I'm also on TRT, not a bodybuilder dose. I'm on 100 milligrams a week, which is nothing. And I'm 47. I have natural TRT. It's through my doctor. Okay, it just restores my test to normal levels. Okay, of like when I was 30 years old, my test is at like 600. That's nothing. When you're 19, it's like 1,000. Okay, um, but so I had a little bit of a test base there, so I wouldn't be suppressed. Um, but I felt just absolutely wonderful. Okay, and before I did tried Unchained, I tried through another company, which was I had very similar results, except for and I was not on the TRT. And I still got good results, and it was good. I just had to PCT when I came off. Okay, and I felt a little lethargic at the end because this will suppress you. Okay, it plugs into your androgen receptors, much like testosterone or steroids do. Okay, and when things do that, they mimic your testosterone, and your body thinks you have too much testosterone, therefore starts to slow the production of your testosterone. And LGD will in fact do that. Okay, I did an 8 week cycle off of the test, and it suppressed me about 200 points down. Okay, this was right before I got on TRT. I think my TRT level was at 350, and after 8 weeks of an LGD cycle, I was down to 124. I was feeling pretty crappy, but I had made some good gains. I PCT'd off, and even with that, I still kept a majority of my gains. And the next time I did it, though, was with Unchained and the TRT, and it was just I had no suppression. Okay, so first off, with any SARM or any PED that's going to do anything like this, the same thing's going to happen. It's going to suppress your natural testosterone. You can PCT, it'll bounce right back. Okay, you definitely want a PCT because that's how you can get like the gyno, the man boobs. Okay, and that goes with anything like this. All right, if you're going to come off of it, you just PCT, so it knocks your estrogen down, boosts your tests back up, and you won't get the man boobs. Okay, it doesn't happen while you're on cycle. It's after the cycle that you have to worry about. Okay, with something like this, because that's the cool thing. LGD-4033, unlike a real steroid, does not convert to estrogen. You don't have to take anti-estrogen while you're on the cycle. You are not going to get man boobs on the cycle. Again, just PCT with something like Nolvadex, or I wouldn't really recommend Clomid, or was it HCG, something to kickstart your test to at least get it back up to your estrogen levels. Because what happens is, see, like I said, this is mimicking it. So it's holding it up there, and your testosterone and estrogen, they have to be in somewhat of a balance, even for a male. Even though their test is higher, there still has to be a balance. And when your test drops below, it's not that your estrogen got high. When you come off of it, your testosterone drops below, and then your estrogen is too high, and now it starts to take over, and it will literally start to turn your body into a female, which you don't want. Especially I hope you don't want. I don't know. If you want that, it's on you. These days, whatever. I don't know, but I don't want that. Uh, so the second time though, since I was already on testosterone replacement therapy, that holds my levels up. Once this unplugs out of there, I still have that for a base to hold my test levels up, and they don't drop below what my estrogen is, and I'm fine. So if you're on TRT, something like this is just perfect. And if you're looking for a little something extra, a nice pump, some extra strength with very little side effects, this is it. And as far as liver support, since it is an oral, okay, any type of oral PED, performance enhancing, they say performance enhancing drug, performance enhancing substance, whatever. It's not, I wouldn't call it a drug. But anyways, anything oral that's performance enhancing, you want to take some sort of liver support, okay? Because it has to process it, okay? Believe it or not, Tylenol. If you took Tylenol every day for like 8 weeks, it's probably going to be like the equivalent to this of what it does to your liver. And a lot of people don't know how toxic Tylenol or even ibuprofen is for your liver. It's another oral. You have to process it, okay? If you take a lot of oral medications, a good tip, start taking milk thistle, okay? It comes in a pill. You can order it off Amazon. Start taking milk thistle. It'll detoxify your liver, and it's going to help you. By doing this stuff, I've learned a lot of things, believe it or not, to protect my body against other substances that people commonly take. And unfortunately, it's not widely known medical information that they have those types of side effects. That sucks. But anyways, with LGD, it is not that liver toxic. I took only milk thistle for, I think it was a 6 or 8 week cycle, and I went and had my blood work done. Okay, so that's how you're going to know where your test is, how your liver's doing, and everything like that. My liver enzymes were perfect off, and I ended up going up to about 30 milligrams before the 8 week cycle was over. Okay, and then I really started to see results. Myself, I know everybody reacts differently. Everybody's body chemistry is a little different, but I can run this up to 30. I've run all the way up to, I believe it was 40 or 45 milligrams. That was a combination of injectable and this, but it was LGD, and I ran it pretty high. And the higher the dose, the better results you're going to have, but the more side effects you're going to have. So myself, I now start off at 20 milligrams, and then work my way up 25 to 30, and very shortly, even before I hit the 4 week mark, I will be at 30 milligrams. Okay, and like I said, that's where I really started to see the results off of the LGD. And I mean, like I said, I saw the pump, the strength increase, all that's nice, but I'm talking packing on muscle. I mean, I put on probably, I was growing like I was 20 some years old again. I mean, I don't know. I probably would put on 3/4 of an inch a month on my arms. And I wasn't even isolating arms that much. Sometimes I would, and sometimes I just let them get hit in the compound exercises. I think if I would have isolated arms, say 2 to 3 times a week, I'm pretty sure I could have packed on an inch a month. And if you know what I'm talking about, that's a lot. That is a lot. Um, probably I packed, probably 5 to 10 pounds of muscle in my cycle. I mean, it was pretty surreal. So I really like LGD. There's so few side effects. Like I said, you can get away with taking just milk thistle, like 1,000 milligrams milk thistle, to protect your liver. And if you're on TRT, you don't have to worry about any type of PCT. If you do need to PCT, that's fine. Unchained SARMS also does have PCT available. You can buy it. It's like $50 for the bottle or something. But you know what? That's a lot cheaper than gyno surgery and even thinking about having a man boob. I have got no man boobs. This is all chest, muscle. There may be a little bit of fat under there, but there's no man boobs. Again, SARMs do not convert to, at least this SARM does not convert to estrogen, which is great. I mean, the side effects are minimal. You're getting results like I haven't actually done D-ball, not yet, um, but I've been told it's the equivalent of a low dose of D-ball. Which, if you don't know, D-ball is a bulking steroid. So that does remind me, there was one other small side effect, but I was able to mitigate it. It can cause water retention. LGD-4033 can. And the water retention can be mitigated by drinking more water. So your body's not going to want to hold it. It has plenty of a supply, so there's no reason to be saving this. And also watch your sodium intake. Watch your sodium intake. Don't intake too much sodium. You need some, of course. You don't want to drain your electrolytes. But some, just don't go, don't be salting up your meals and be eating a lot of processed foods. Just eat fairly clean. Drink lots of water, and it'll keep, I'd say, 70% of the water retention. You're going to see a little bit of water retention. I got, and now this wasn't until I hit the heavier doses. I got about 5 pounds of water retention. I know because about 5 pounds came off in a week after I quit. But I had put on about 15 pounds in 8 weeks, So what was left was about 10 pounds of lean muscle gain. Okay. Now I was going to the gym at least 3 times a week, at least. Sometimes 4 to 5 times a week, and I was hitting it hard. I was eating clean, lots of protein. Uh, but I don't know, it's the pump and the push that you have in the gym, and it helps you recover a little bit faster. If you pair this with something like a HGH secretagogue, then your recovery is going to be faster and you're going to grow even faster. Unchained has that also, and I've tried it through them and it's great. Two different types. But anyways, this by itself, this by itself, and my testosterone replacement therapy, which, like I said, just holds my test at a normal level, is like, I'll put it this way: it's way better than creatine. you know, your results are going to be way better than some creatine and protein shake. Or chicken and rice. Of course, you got to keep your protein coming in, but I'm just saying, whatever you probably used or some pre-workout, like the pump I get off of this is just it blows any type of a pre-workout pump I've ever had. I mean, skin stretching is phenomenal. So let's see. So if you want to try this for your research purposes only, and you want to for research purposes, and you want to try this on your lab rat, go over to the Unchained website that's in the comments. Use my discount code. You can get a bottle of the oral. This one, it depends on the dosage that you'll take. This one will last you about a month to month and a half. I usually get 2 bottles of it. I don't have the prices right off hand. I think it's like $65 a bottle. I can't remember. It's not $100 a bottle. I know that. It's been a little while since I purchased, but I think it's like, I don't know, 50, $60 a bottle, something like that. And use my code. It'll take 15% off, which basically takes the shipping and a few bucks off, and you'll get some quality LGD to use in your research. You'll have results better than creatine, better than Ostrine or some of the weaker SARMs. Okay, that was what surprised me. This is supposed to be one of the stronger SARMs, but it has the least side effects. I mean, it is just a beautiful SARM as far as muscle building. Like I said, take your milk thistle. I personally take a little NAC with it also, just to be on the safe side. But again, I tested by blood work, and milk thistle's enough. It was for me. But a little milk thistle, little NAC, which those you can get off Amazon, and drink plenty of water. And I think that's about it. I didn't shoot my blood pressure through the roof. It went up a little bit, but I think that was because of the water retention. But it didn't go through the roof. I went up. I was at like one. I was maybe 120 over. I don't remember, something 70 or something like that. I got pretty good blood pressure. It went up to like maybe 130 over 80. I mean, it wasn't. It went up a little bit, but it wasn't much. But then again, you're on a PED. It's what it's supposed to do. But it wasn't extreme. Like I hear the stories about D-ball and stuff, and yet you're getting a percentage of results like D-ball, you know. So it's been, like 3 cycles of this now, and absolutely love it. It is by far my favorite SARM, and again, just has the least side effects. It's just so, anyways, that is my review of Unchained SARMS LGD-4033. Um, so again, the link will be to the website in the comments if you would like to try some for research purposes, not on yourself like I did, because I won't recommend that because it's not approved for FDA, as you know. So there you go. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe again. So this is Tim here with Tech Muscle. Stay smart, stay swole. Have a great day.